From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 5.
Thanks for staying with News 3 Now. Susan is off tonight. 2 Watertown Catholic schools are closing for the next 2 days because so many of their students have the flu. At the same time, local pharmacies are sold out of face masks as people try to protect themselves from getting sick. Our Amanda Quintana joins us now, and she has the details. Amanda?
Yes, only 22% of students were at St. Bernard and at St. Henry schools today. We know the flu and RSV are making the rounds, all while fear about the coronavirus continues to grow. People are just trying to stay healthy. But for the last week, local pharmacies haven't been able to order face masks. Many, like Community Pharmacy, order from one of the biggest pharmaceutical providers, McKesson, but they are out of stock, and so are other companies. Pharmacy technicians say it's because of the fear of the coronavirus, along with the cold and the flu.
Every day we're getting, patients coming in, do you have any face masks? And that Tuesday that I tried to order it is because we had, a rush of people who had just bought out, all of our stock.
Weisenberger says the, quote, over scare of the coronavirus has people rushing to the pharmacy, but he's encouraging people to wash their hands and sanitize to protect themselves. He says selling out of a drug in high demand happens often, but selling out of face masks, that is pretty unusual. Again, St. Bernard and St. Henry in Watertown will be closed for the next 2 days as staff disinfect the campuses. No word yet on when our local pharmacies will be able to order face masks again.
Amanda, thank you. And right now, 6 people from Wisconsin being monitored for coronavirus, but there have been no confirmed cases here in the Badger State. Federal health officials say there are 5 confirmed cases in the entire U.S. All 5 people have traveled from China. Another 110 people are under observation. The outbreak started in Wuhan, China, where more than 80 people have died. The outbreak has prompted screenings at 5 major U.S. airports. Symptoms may include runny nose, headache, cough, sore throat, and fever.
The incubation period is the time from exposure to the time that you become sick, and that period ranges from about 2 days to up to 14, perhaps an average of 10. We're learning more about that as time goes on.
Now, the CDC has developed a test to diagnose this coronavirus and now working on a plan so priority states get the testing kits as soon as possible. New this evening, the city of Madison and an engineering firm are discussing plans for an Amazon delivery center on Madison's east side. According to a staff report from the Plan Commission, the city plans to partially demolish the building at 3650 Milwaukee Street and reuse it as an Amazon distribution hub. They haven't said how many jobs it could bring to the area. This news comes just weeks after officials formally announced the construction of an Amazon distribution center in Beloit that is said to bring 500 jobs to the area. City of Madison meeting about these plans in the next half hour. We have a crew there, and we'll have more details tonight on News 3 Now at 10. We have new video tonight showing the moment a suspected drunk driver hit a Middleton police squad car. Happened early Saturday morning on Pleasant View Road. You can see Sergeant Tyler Lather tries to move over, but is hit head on. This is the second squad car hit by a drunk driver in just the last week in Middleton. The first one was rear-ended last Sunday.
It's unfortunate, but there's drunk drivers everywhere, every day, and that's why specifically our third shifters try to go out and hit that traffic enforcement and the OWI enforcement as hard as they can, because this is what we're looking to prevent.
The department hopes to use it as a teaching moment, saying thankfully no one was hurt, but both incidents could have been much worse. Significant impact, too, on the department, since 2 of just 10 of the cars in their fleet are now in the shop. Madison police are investigating an armed robbery. This happened outside a bar on the Far East Side at Reverend Jim's Roadhouse along Mill Pond Road, just off the interstate. It was early Sunday morning. Police say a 35-year-old Madison woman says a man pulled a gun, pushed her down in the parking lot, stole her purse, and then drove off in a rental car. The vehicle was a black 2019 Dodge Charger. Anyone with information is asked to call the Madison area Crime Stoppers. Cloudy start of the work week. We could see a little freezing drizzle tonight. Your first alert forecast now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary?
Eric, at this time, I don't think the freezing drizzle or flurries are going to amount to very much tonight, but the clouds, they're going to be sticking around for a while longer. There's visible cloud track, and it's hard to find any sunshine anywhere in the Midwest. I can just keep rolling the satellite loop every day, and it looks pretty much the same. Doppler track shows very little precipitation underneath those clouds. A few lake effect snow showers and flurries in Michigan and Indiana, and that's pretty much about it. Here in southern Wisconsin, very little in the way of any kind of precipitation, maybe a couple of flurries out there. Temperatures right now right around the freezing mark. We're right at 32 degrees in Madison. Over the next 12 hours, you'll see those temperatures slowly slide off to end up in the middle 20s by early tomorrow morning. Later on, I'll take a look at a forecast that includes milder weather as we head toward the end of the week.
Gary, thank you. Gary, thank you. Federal investigators are at the scene of Sunday's helicopter crash where NBA legend Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and several others died. The pilot, now identified as Ara Zobayan, was in contact with air traffic controllers just before the crash, but so far there's no word that he made any kind of distress call. The chopper was circling for about 12 minutes over the Glendale area, likely because of the foggy weather. Investigators will be looking at flight data in the cockpit to determine if a mechanical issue is to blame. And Bryant and his party were en route from his home base to the south in Orange County, heading to Thousand Oaks to his Mamba Sports Academy. The crash killed Bryant, his daughter Gianna, his daughter's teammates Alyssa Altobelli and Peyton Chester. Kobe Bryant was a 5-time NBA champion, a 2-time league MVP, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and a worldwide sports icon. In one of his final interviews earlier this month, Bryant said he had moved on from the game that made him a household name, that is, until Gianna picked up where Dad left off. Bryant said one of his biggest accomplishments was helping Gianna, known as Gigi, find her stride.
What's the biggest challenge in coaching your own daughter?
Making sure she knows that I love her whether she plays well or plays like crap. You know, you're my daughter before you're a basketball player.
And within just the last hour, the NBA has announced it has postponed the Lakers-Clippers game on Tuesday, tomorrow night, out of respect for the Lakers in this period of mourning. Meanwhile, tributes are pouring in from fellow athletes, not just basketball players, but also those athletes from the world of tennis and golf, movie stars who spent years cheering for the famous Laker. Gary Vitti was a Lakers trainer for more than 30 years and remembered Kobe as much more than an athlete.
He's the father of 4 girls and the husband of Vanessa, and that guy, not the Mamba, but that guy.
And Time magazine has released its new magazine featuring Kobe Bryant. The story by Sean Gregory is about how Bryant had an impact on the game around the world. It'll be available on newsstands on Friday. Also tonight, ESPN will be airing Kobe Bryant's final game. Vice President Mike Pence will be in Madison tomorrow for a school choice event at the state capitol. Gabriella Becerra joins us now live from the Capitol to tell us what it'll mean for people working and driving downtown. Gabby?
Eric, state employees and those looking to attend the event tomorrow should expect limited entrances and higher security around the state capitol building, but that won't last all day. Staff event is setting up the stage for Pence inside the Capitol Rotunda. Starting at 6 a.m., employees will enter through the East Washington Avenue entrance. Then at 8, the entrance at the Wisconsin Ave will also be open. Everyone will have to go through extra security, including metal detectors, bag checks, and possibly a pat down.
You might see some more uniform presence out here. We're working closely with the Secret Service and our partners, other local agencies such as the City of Madison Police Department, Dane County Sheriff's Department, UW Police Department, Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources to make this a safe and secure event.
And for those of you who need to drive through the Isthmus tomorrow, be aware there will be road closures along the motorcade route, but the Secret Service won't tell us which roads are included in the motorcade route because that could compromise safety. So the short story is plan extra time. Know what you can and cannot bring inside the Capitol, and also know that there will be traffic and road closures nearby. We'll have a list of all the prohibited items on our website, channel3000.com.
There's always a lot of work going into something like this. Gabriella Becerra live at the Capitol. Gabby, thank you. And Democratic Wisconsin Governor Tony Evers has announced today he will not be in his office when the vice president is scheduled just a few feet away to give his speech. There is a new commission at the state capitol staffed with Wisconsin residents tasked with redrawing the political boundaries that make up our state. Marlia Linscheid breaks down what it might mean for voters.
The People's Maps Commission, as it's called, is the subject of the latest executive order by Governor Evers. The idea here is to have regular residents draw impartial legislative maps for the state. It's in response to allegations of gerrymandering here in Wisconsin. Governor Evers, joined by Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes and Attorney General Josh Kaul in a press conference today, says this is vital to the integrity of the electoral process.
Wisconsin must look to the people, not to politicians. to assist in drawing maps that are fairly and accurately representing our state.
Now, here's the thing. This commission now has the power to draw the maps, but the Republican-controlled legislature has the power to approve them. GOP leaders have already voiced their opposition to the committee, calling it a sham.
Leah Linscheid reporting. The city of Madison reminding voters to update their voter registration information. Voter registration available at all absentee voting sites through the Friday before Election Day and at the polls on Election Day. You'll need proof of address. That can include a utility bill, bank statement, current and valid Wisconsin driver's license or ID, or your paycheck. This Wednesday is the final day to register to vote online or by mail prior to the February 18th spring primary. It is the second day of opening presentations from the president's legal team in the Senate impeachment trial. New revelations from one of the president's former top advisors could threaten their arguments, however. The New York Times reporting former National Security Advisor John Bolton writes in his upcoming book that the president told him he wanted, quote, to continue freezing $391 million in security assistance to Ukraine until officials there helped with investigations into Democrats, including the Bidens.
We have a witness with firsthand evidence of the president's actions for which he is on trial. He is ready and willing to testify.
It's relevant, and therefore I'd like to hear it.
Some GOP senators have told CBS News they believe Bolton is disgruntled and he is just trying to sell a book. This is what Wisconsin Republican Senator Ron Johnson had to say.
Hear from John Bolton in light of this manuscript.
Well, again, we'll decide. We'll go through this phase one by now, and then we'll make that determination. Okay. So
is it more likely you may want to hear from him in the afternoon?
I don't know, let's go through phase one, then we'll take that vote, and we'll have that discussion, make that determination.
Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin tweeted, quote, the American people simply want the truth, and the Senate must support testimony from relevant witnesses with firsthand knowledge about President Trump's conduct. John Bolton has that, and the Senate must have him testify as a witness in this impeachment trial. In more local news, June, a restaurant opened by Layla Baruchim, closed this past weekend. June served Persian-inspired cuisine. June replaced Burritos at the start of 2019. Baruchim, who previously owned Layla's Persian food, also owns Noosh. In a Facebook post, she cited overpriced rent, staffing, parking, and weather among some of the reasons for the closure. And in Waukesha County, the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile was pulled over by police. Waukesha County Sheriff's Office posting a photo of the incident saying the driver of the Wienermobile was given a verbal warning for not following the move over law. The law requires drivers to move over a lane when they see a vehicle with its emergency lights flashing. Coming up on News 3 Now at 5, the trial for Harvey Weinstein continues in New York as one of his accusers takes the stand. And ahead at 6, the Badgers take on Iowa tonight in college basketball, but they will be without a leading scorer. We'll tell you why. And a crushing day for the markets as the Dow plummets some 454 points, the NASDAQ off almost 176, while the S&P drops 52. And we'll be right back.
Year 3 begins at Hogwarts in a special live concert event. Watch as a live symphony orchestra performs with the full movie projected on the big screen. Don't miss Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban in concert.
Tickets at overture.org.
Winter in Wisconsin means snow, blustering winds, and sub-zero temperatures. Will your insulation keep your home warm? Frank Construction can always help. We're your roofing and insulation pros. We'll find cracks and air pathways in your insulation that are letting in the icy cold and hindering your comfort. With our thermal imaging and cutting-edge insulation techniques, you'll be sure that your home will be warm and energy efficient for many years to come. Visit frankconstruction.com today and prepare your home for the long winter.
It's the annual RV show and sale you don't want to miss at Interstate RV, January 30th through February 2nd. Great RV show pricing just up the road, Highway 51.net.
When you try the new Tempur-Pedic Breeze, you'll feel how it helps you sleep cooler. So no more nocturnal baking or polar ice cap air conditioner mode. Because the Tempur-Pedic Breeze transfers heat away from your body. So you sleep cool all night long. Experience the superior cooling comfort of the Tempur-Pedic Breeze today.
For a limited time, shop Tempur-Pedic at Denver Mattress and save up to $500 on select adjustable mattress sets. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Hello, I'm Gary Canolti, inviting News 3 Now viewers to join me on a fabulous New England and St. Lawrence Seaway cruise July 9th to the 19th. Discover Boston, including the JFK Museum, before boarding a Holland America Line ship for a breathtaking 7-night cruise. We'll explore ports in Maine, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, and Quebec, then visit timeless Montreal. Our vacation includes all airfare, many meals, and more. For your free brochure, call Holiday Vacations at 1-800-826-2266.
Dear Cabin Fever, we've got the cure for your woes. Because when winter advises you to stay inside with tea and blankets, our available all-wheel drive says come out and play. Head for thrills in the hills and take the rugged road less traveled. Trust us, you'll feel better in no time. Doctor's orders, Toyota SUVs.
Right now, get $2,500 customer cash on a spacious new 2019 Toyota Highlander. Find yours at buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Download the Channel 3000 app today. Is the cost of youth sports clubs scaring you off?
Don't listen to the rumors.
A veteran club parent shares price-cutting tips and a benefit that's bigger than the bottom line.
Those are our moments to be together.
Tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Hi, folks. Vice President Mike Pence is planning a stop in Madison Tuesday.
We're live from the state capitol ahead of his event with everything you should know about his visit.
That includes some road closures and extra safety protocol for downtown Madison.
We'll see you at 4:30.
A U.S. official says a U.S. military plane crashed in eastern Afghanistan. The investigation into what caused the crash is ongoing. Video from the site circulating on social media appears to suggest the aircraft was a U.S. Air Force electronic surveillance plane. Officials say there were no survivors of the crash, but they aren't releasing any more details. The Taliban control much of the province in all of the area of that crash site. An investigation is underway into what caused a fire at a boat dock in Alabama. At least 8 people are dead, several others missing after a fire destroyed the dock. This was in Jackson County, Alabama. About 3 dozen boats, most of them houseboats, were destroyed. Several people were hospitalized and are in stable condition with injuries that are not considered life-threatening. There's no word on what caused that fire. Several agencies, including the state fire marshal's office, are investigating. The rape trial of Harvey Weinstein continued today in New York City as jurors hear from the accuser, Mimi Halei. She's a former production assistant at the Weinstein Company who worked on shows such as Project Runway. She is the first of 2 women whose accusations are at the heart of the charges against Weinstein to take the stand at the closely watched trial, which is now in its 4th day of testimony.
Most people who are raped or assaulted don't go to the police. It doesn't mean it didn't happen. It just means they don't go to the police.
Weinstein is charged with first-degree rape, 2 counts of predatory sexual assault, 1 count of first-degree sexual assault, and 1 count of third-degree rape. The charges stem from Halei's allegations and another woman's accusation that he sexually assaulted her in a New York City hotel back in 2013. 75 years after the liberation of the largest Nazi death camp, remaining survivors of the Holocaust gathered at Auschwitz along with world leaders. Survivors laid a wreath at the Wall of Death, where Nazis executed thousands of prisoners. 92-year-old Yvonne Engelman's parents were among more than 1 million people murdered at Auschwitz, part of Nazi leader Adolf Hitler's final solution during World War II. Yvonne escaped the gas chamber because of a malfunction, or as she calls it, a miracle. Engelman says lessons from the Holocaust are still relevant. With a recent surge of anti-Semitism in the U.S. and around the world, she has a message for today's generation.
If they see something is not right, to stand up and voice their opinion and never, never hate.
According to the U.S. Holocaust Memorial Museum, 17 million people, including 6 million Jews, died in the Holocaust, many at camps like Auschwitz. Well, let's get a look at your first alert weather. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti joining us with your forecast. Gary?
Eric, we have widespread snow cover across much of the Midwest. Far northern Wisconsin has over 2 feet of snow on the ground, about 18 inches as far south as Wausau, and about 6 to 9 inches generally through much of south central and southeastern Wisconsin. We're not going to add much more to it this week. In fact, probably won't add anything because there's very little in the way of precipitation, even though there's widespread cloud cover. Maybe a flurry or 2 there and a little patchy freezing drizzle possible tonight into tomorrow morning. But 3 things you need to know: that after that happens, we're just going to continue with the clouds, so no sunshine expected through at least the end of this week. Maybe on Sunday, a few peaks of sunshine in the forecast, but it will stay mild. Above normal temperatures expected through the weekend. Daytime high temperatures will be a few degrees above average, but the nighttime low temperatures in the 20s when the normal lows should be in the single digits, quite a bit above normal. And as we take a look at the high temperature trend over the next 10 days, expect above normal temperatures into early next week before temperatures actually drop below normal toward the end of the time period, and that may be a start of a trend. The 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center calling for about a 40 to 45% chance of below normal temperatures. This is in the period from February 4th through the 10th, so that's kind of the end of that 10-day forecast period and a little bit beyond. Above normal temperatures confined pretty much to the southeastern part of the country, and because we're not seeing a big temperature contrast across the country, above normal precipitation expected, but just slightly elevated chances. Below normal precipitation expected over parts of Texas and out along the west coast. Live view from the Edgewater Skycam in downtown Madison. Lots of clouds out there. What else is new? But the high temperature day 33, the low 26. We're going to see similar temperatures over the next couple of days. It's 32 right now with mostly cloudy skies. The air is calm, so there's no wind chill to speak of. Temperatures right now generally are in the upper 20s to the lower 30s. But as you take a look at the upper level winds right now, they're from the northwest. Out to the west, they become a little more westerly, so we don't see a big surge of cold air out of Canada. We look for that this time of year for spells of cold weather. We're just not seeing that, or at least for any prolonged periods of time. And in fact, a couple of weather systems, one out here and another farther to the west, just bringing a milder Pacific air. A lot of this moisture is being wrung out over the Rockies, so by the time it reaches us, the clouds are left, but not much in the way of precipitation. And as you can see on the surface temperature map, a few places in the teens up near the U.S.-Canadian border. Elsewhere, 20s, 30s, 40s, even some 50s farther to the south. And as we check out future track, you can see that skies will stay cloudy. That's not going to change. Precipitation generally staying out to the west of us. By the time that weather system reaches us, like I said, most of the moisture is gone. We're just left over at the clouds and maybe a couple of flurries as we head toward Thursday night and Friday. But other than that, I mean, the map just kind of looks the same, other than the wind directions changing a little bit and the temperatures maybe a degree or two every day. So look for mostly cloudy skies tonight. We could see some patchy fog and maybe a couple of flurries or a little patchy freezing drizzle, a low of 26. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy, maybe a flurry or a little patchy freezing drizzle in the morning. High temperature right around the freezing mark. On future track, you can see very little in the way of any breaks in the clouds. Lows mid-20s tonight. There might be a flurry or a little patchy freezing drizzle into tomorrow morning. Highs tomorrow, lower 30s. Cloudy, maybe a little colder for tomorrow night with a low of 20, and then back up to around 30 degrees on Wednesday. And as we look at the 6 to 10-day forecast, clouds continue into Saturday. Again, a couple of flurries Thursday night and Friday, maybe some snow showers mixed with rain Saturday afternoon, and then a brief warm-up early next week before temperatures turn colder at the end of the week. As we check out first alert traffic right now, well, things are actually pretty quiet on the Beltline. That's the view at Park Street. And the Beltline moving pretty steadily in both directions, not seeing any major delays. One little area of slower traffic from around Monona Drive back to around Park Street. Westbound, we're seeing some delays from around Fish Hatchery Road over toward Park Street. But as far as travel times are concerned, they're in pretty good shape. 20 minutes on the eastbound Beltline from University Avenue to the interstate, 17 minutes going back in the westbound direction. Heading out of Madison, the usual 25 minutes down to Janesville on I-3990 from the Beltline southward, 17 minutes to Sauk City on US 12, and 18 minutes to Sun Prairie on East Washington Avenue and US 151. That's your News 3 Now for slow traffic.
Gary, thank you. Ahead on News 3 Now at 5, how a company is making a sustainable surf suit. That's after the break.
News 3 Now First Alert Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Save on everything for your projects now at Menards. Right now, get free carpet pad after rebate with the purchase of any woven back carpet. Pick up Huntington plush carpet for just 59 cents per square foot. Get a remarkable paint at an incredible value with Pittsburgh Ultra Interior Paint. It's a paint and primer in one that provides a durable finish. Get a gallon of Ultra Flat Interior Paint for $15.97 after rebate. Right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Life happens fireside. Winter nights, family holidays, romantic evenings. When the ones you love most gather around the fire, life's warmest memories are made. And right now during the winter sale, it's the perfect time to escape the cold and create your own oasis indoors with instant savings up to $800 at Fireside Hearth and Home.
Planet Fitness just opened its 2,000th location, and we're celebrating with an offer just for you. You're invited to join for just $1 down and $10 a month. With 2,000 locations, the gym for everyone is now everywhere. This is one invite you won't want to skip. Get tons of equipment and free fitness training. And none of this.
Spin till you bleed!
Join for just $1 down, $10 a month. Hurry, offer ends January 29th.
5 Madison area locations. Offer expires January 29th. Stop in and see us today.
Get a fresh start with the Start Something New sales event at Don Miller. The new 2019 Ram 1500, the most awarded light-duty truck in America. Get 0% APR for 60-month financing or 1.9% APR for 72 months. Rebates and incentives up to $3,000 on all remaining new 2019 Ram 1500 trucks in stock. The Ram 1500, a 2019 IIHS top safety pick. Great rebates and incentives now at the Start Something New sales event at Don Miller, your Madison truck headquarters.
Don Miller.
The Color Purple is the Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival, a glory to behold. Experience what people are calling one of the greatest revivals ever. The Color Purple.
At Overture Center, February 18th through 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
Get more help with your laundry at the laundry cleanup sale now at the Brothers Maine. Save time and money with the latest in laundry from Whirlpool, Maytag, and Amana with 0% financing for up to 18 months. Get even more help with free delivery on washer-dryer pairs and a risk-free 30-day price and satisfaction guarantee. That's why we're the More Store. It's the laundry cleanup sale with more selection, more savings, and more help with your laundry. Only at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Welcome back. A British company is looking to make surfing more sustainable with the world's first recycled wetsuit. Riley Carlson reports from London.
For surfers, having a good wetsuit is almost as important as having a good board. But UV rays, salt water, and wear and tear can quickly take their toll.
Most wetsuits only last 2 years, and after that, there's no known kind of guidance about what to do with them at the end of their life.
Most are made with neoprene, which doesn't break down, so tons of wetsuit waste ends up in landfills. Avid British surfer Tom Kay hired scientist-turned-wetsuit designer Jenny Banks to find a solution.
The thing about neoprene is that it's a thermoset. It basically means that it's processed in a way that can't be reversed. So that's why it's so challenging to be recycled.
Now, after 2 years of research and experiments, the outdoor sustainable brand Finisterre believes it's found a way to chemically re-engineer wetsuit materials so they can be reused.
In the hope that when we get to the recycling stage with that wetsuit, the quality of the material that we can reclaim will be much better.
Right now, it's just a prototype. The real thing is still about 1.5 years away.
Because we're a small brand in terms of the industry, and we want to say to bigger brands, you know, look, we can do this, and if we can do this together, we can all do it.
So surfers can catch their waves in an eco-friendly way. Riley Carlson, CBS News, London.
Let's stay with us. We'll have another check your forecast in just a moment. Wow, you ready?
Yeah, let me just grab my wallet.
Uh-oh, I've seen this before. Wallet way too big, skinny jeans too skinny.
I'll just carry it.
Before you break something, you should know you don't actually need a wallet. With BMO Harris, you can just take cash out with your phone. Or if you need to, you can pay them with Zelle. That works? Yeah. You're stuck, aren't you? Smile. Woo! Those jeans are way too tight.
That feeling you get when no wallet is no big deal. That's the BMO effect.
The Color Purple is the Tony Award winner for Best Musical Revival, a glory to behold. Experience what people are calling one of the greatest revivals ever. The Color Purple.
At Overture Center, February 18th through 23rd. Get your tickets today at overture.org.
More epic than scaling Everest. More epic than a frontside 720. More epic than a kid eating broccoli. It's the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress. Right now, save big on the Buena Vista Firm or Easy Choice Loveland. Your choice for only $284.99. Plus, save up to 70% on model year closeouts and clearance items. Or get a $300 Furniture Row gift certificate when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. And 4 years no interest. But hurry, the epic sell-off at Denver Mattress ends Thursday.
Month after month, I'm doing it all. The supplements, the veggies, the water, but I still have recurring constipation, belly pain, straining, and bloating. My doctor said I could have a real medical condition called IBS-C.
From my recurring constipation and belly pain from IBS-C, I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess treats adults with IBS with constipation. Linzess is not a laxative. It works differently. It helps relieve belly pain and lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling.
I'm doing it all. And I said yes to Linzess. Ask your doctor about Linzess.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core. Sorry everyone, I get a notification every time I get a positive review online.
Makeup.
Thanks Dawn, we think our windows are pretty great too.
Take 2.
I'm Scott the Window Guy with AHT Wisconsin Windows. Our solid core, composite frame, triple pane windows are worth a positive review at scottthewindowguy.com.
Cut! Somebody give me his phone.
Again? Seriously?
Tonight on the CBS Evening News, as tributes pour in from around the country, we're learning more about what may have caused a helicopter crash that killed NBA superstar Kobe Bryant and 8 others. Plus, we sit down with 4 Republican representatives who are part of the White House's impeachment team, what they think of the new bombshell book from the president's former national security advisor. That's all tonight on the CBS Evening News.
That's coming your way next. Gary's got a final check of the forecast.
Lots of clouds out there, but not much in the way of precipitation. Maybe a flurry or two moving through Dodge County, and that's pretty much it. Temperatures are right around freezing, give or take a few degrees. Here in Madison, 32, Janesville, 34 right now. And you see temperatures just very slowly tailing off over the next 12 hours down to the middle 20s by early tomorrow morning. Look for highs tomorrow, low 30s. Not much in the way of precipitation till the weekend. Maybe some light snow and rain Saturday, some light snow on Tuesday, and then colder weather at the end of next week.
All right, Gary, we're back in 30 minutes for News 3 Now at 6.